Hello, everybody. Welcome to Idiots in Cars. I guess first things first, if you're on Captain Sparkles 2, yes, this is the first video with the new McLaren A50X headset. Hashtag Logitech G, hashtag sponsor. You can get a discount on it with code Captain Sparkles, which is very cool. Check the links in the description and stuff like that. But anyway, I thought I'd call out because people are going to be like, Orange, what's happening? Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let's start off with number 19, semi in the middle of tiny road. All right, we got to zoom in and then I'm full screening. I'm not going to forget to full screen. I would never. Is this like a please do not go on this road if you are over 40 feet in vehicle length or something like that? Dude is just like trucking along probably faster than 20 miles an hour. Holy frick. Is that considered a semi truck? Because I was expecting like a full on hauler happening here. That's terrifying though. Dude, I still to this day, so the road that I used to live on 2 houses ago, the place that I was at for like 9 years, you could not take a long, like a full-on semi-truck up, like absolutely not. And twice I saw it happen, and twice I saw the truck stuck. One coming up the back route, one coming up the front. The front route, I feel like there was a way possibly they could have gotten out of there. Still looked like an absolute disaster. But the one that came up the back route, I was like, you're stuck here. Like there's actually no getting back. I thought, we were going to hear helicopters doing some kind of airlift to get the container off of this thing, airlift it out. Because the next day it was no longer there. And I have no idea how the frick they got the truck out of where it was. This was like a full on car hauler. And I felt so bad for the driver because clearly whoever had ordered this delivery just made no mention of, how big is your truck? If it's a big truck, you can't get up here. They clearly just sent a pin and this driver tried to make it. And it was like, poor guy. Holy frick. Yeah, I was just like, it must have despawned. I don't know, man. If the chunks remain unloaded for some amount of time, then it despawns and you're good. So totaled my truck today. We've seen on Mildly Bad Drivers, I believe. I was like second guessing myself. But anyway, you should go watch Mildly Bad Drivers. This is the world's longest title, I think. Lady in a pickup truck brake checks me in Pleasant Hill, California because I passed her. I passed her with plenty of room, used my turn signal, but her fragile ego couldn't handle it. I say, oh, frick right off. When she tailgates me within foot of my bumper, she passed me and brake checked me. That was a doozy to read. Holy frick. All right. So I guess we have the description because we like enter the action as it's already taken place. Oh, never mind. It wasn't the BMW, it was the pickup truck that's very mad. I guess the pickup truck was waiting for the BMW to be clear so that then they could do some good stuff. I enjoy drivers who have an ego that they cannot be passed. If they are passed, it means that they have become lesser and they must assert that they are not lesser than the car that did the passing. I'm not turning the volume on here because I feel like it's going to be a bad thing. Is she like grooming herself out the window? Very strange. Okay, let's hold up traffic. That's a good thing to do. I mean, at this point, just take a detour, right? I get it. You don't want to be late to your destination. But it's like, it's just not worth driving near somebody who is a psychopath. So if they've cut in front of you and they're kind of hoping that you go in the same direction, you're not supposed to go straight from the right turn lane, but it's just like go straight from the right turn lane and just go elsewhere so that you don't have to deal with the crazy person, right? It's just not worth. Anyway, okay, we got a little extra footage that we didn't necessarily need there. Tow truck driver was on his phone and ran a red. Anybody geoguess this? Feels like recognizable buildings. Okay, so we got a red light here. Is it going to turn green and then Mr. Tow Truck is going to come plowing through and then that's not going to be a good thing? Oh, no. Oh, God. Bro, the truck caught it. Well spotted by the truck. Oh, he was making a left. Oh, no. I think the truck actually still spotted it. Because he was like inching out. You can see him brake hard and abruptly rather than it just being like the kind of coasting into the intersection to make the left. He's like, oh, shoot. And then, damn, that sucks. Because I bet the vision of the tow truck was obstructed by the truck for the car. So they just like, oh, it's green. Green means go. And usually it does for the most part. Oh, frick. Why these people have a driver license? I ask that myself all the time. Let me tell you, man. Why these people have driver license? It's too common these days. Is he gonna cut back over? Oh yeah, he's gonna cut back. Let's freaking go, mate. He is committed. He will not go behind. He has to be in front of you. He will not allow himself to be behind. Is he going to brake check you and be like, how dare you? He's going to brake check you. Oh, goody. Is he filming? He's filming. He's sticking his phone out the window to film. Oh my God. The lack of self-awareness is unbelievable. I'm going to do something stupid and then film in order to show everybody that I'm good at driving. Like, what, dude? Just makes me think of people who like video or live stream their crimes. And you're just like, wait, why are you why? Isn't the whole point of you criming to be discreet so you don't get caught and you're filming it and live streaming it and you're like posting it on the internet and then obviously it gets taken down generally from whatever platform it's posted on, but still, like, you're snitching on yourself? Huh? Also, yeah, this person, well played. I don't know if they pump faked which exit they were going to go, and then were like, haha, I'm actually going this way. Or if they were like, I don't want to be near this person, I'm just going to take the other exit. This is what the person in that other clip should have done in order to just, like, get out of the situation. So bravo on doing it the right way. SUV gets mad at bikers for running a red light. I don't like this. Good God. I hate this so much. Ah, man. I haven't seen it with motorbikes, but I mean, LA has like roving gangs of cyclists that happen, and they will like clog up intersections and go through reds and stuff. And if there have been people who like get mad at them, and then there was one instance where they like got pulled out of their car, and then the bikers, the cyclists, like beat them up. But yeah, it's like, dude, if I ever see a group of the cyclists doing that, I'm getting out of there as quickly as I possibly can, because they will like kick your car and stuff, and I'm not there for that. No, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, it's like, obviously they're like, we can't let our group be split up, so we just go through all red lights, because what's someone going to do? They're going to run us over. If a cop spots us, what are they going to do? They're going to pull us all over? No, we're just going to go away, you know? I think I've mentioned several times that I was once in an Uber, and the driver's like, oh yeah, I ride motorbikes, and anytime I've ever been chased by cops, I just run. And I'm like, thanks, man. Good story for you to tell me as the Uber driver in this car. Appreciate you on that one. Thanks. This isn't uncomfortable. Oh, I didn't even read the title. 85 to 20 in 2 seconds. Thank you, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.0. My favorite Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game. Why? What is he doing? Is he just trying to not have to get off here? It's like now you've already missed it, man. You've already missed it. The merge is done. Just keep going. It actually, like, what they're attempting to do as far as going all the way over to that highway merge over there, assuming that that's what they're trying to do, it didn't actually seem like it was that hard of a break to avoid. Like, you had plenty of following distance, so if you had hit this person, they definitely would have put it to your fault. Now, they were being an idiot, but yeah. I just don't know why once they get to the point where they've clearly missed the ability to merge, they're somehow still committed to this. Like, are you gonna reverse? Are you gonna flip a Yui? You know, are you that committed that you would wrong way drive in order to be able to make your exit? It's a good point. It is a BMW using its blinkers, so you know what? This could have been worse, and it wasn't. So there's one plus side to this. Person lost control merging on the highway, probably on their phone. Wait, hold on. So I got a full screen. Bring it back. Lost control merging onto the highway. We're assuming it's after the ramp, right? Yeah, it's going to be after the ramp. Or maybe they turned off traction control and they stomped on... What the heck? Dang, nice evasive maneuvers on that one. Came out unscathed. You got really lucky that the car in the middle lane hit the brakes well before you did so that you could swerve into the lane without hitting them. But... well, I thought they were maybe just going to, like, you know, just hit the gas while still having some steering input, and maybe they were going to lose it because of that. But no, they've lost it, like, well in advance. They're just, like, driving over the grass. Oh, okay. Coming in hot! It's got to be kind of embarrassing. That could have gotten significantly worse for that person. It looks like most likely... they just damaged their own car and hit the barrier, so about the best possible outcome. But it wasn't even like an aggressive curve. It was just a nice gradual on-ramp and yeah. I don't know, how would you ever be on your phone though when you're getting onto the highway? It's like you've made the conscious decision to get onto the ramp. It's very clearly a curved piece of road getting onto the highway. I just don't understand how you would get on your phone. They're assuming that it was a phone thing, like it may very well not be. Because I just don't know how you would lose it because you're on your phone when you're on a curved ramp. That'd be very... I can see how people check their phone because they think, oh, it's just straight ahead. Nothing's going to change. But then the car in front of them slows down. They're like, oh, shoot. But like, I don't know, man. Idiot was texting the store to tell them they were ready to pick up their order. Were they texting the store and then they just drive through the bollards? Or drive into the car that's next to them? Okay, so those are vanity bollards. I'm sorry, but those are the least functional bollards I've ever seen in my entire life. It just, that might as well be like a little Tykes plastic thing. How did that just fall over so easily? What? Okay, just gone, just cool. It's just supposed to catch your attention. It's not supposed to actually protect anything, I guess. But how do you, like, it's such a... Maybe it wouldn't make it to Idiots in Cars if they just, like, bopped into it. Like, it's only good enough to make it to Idiots in Cars if they then have the full-fledged, like, horse seeing something on the road in front of them panic, and then they smash the gas as hard as they possibly can and hit everything. I will never understand that reaction, though, where something goes wrong and your immediate response is just smash the throttle and run into everything and then just keep going forever until you are forcefully stopped by a concrete wall that is not a vanity concrete wall, but a real concrete wall. I get wrong pedal. Sure. But how do you not? I'm sorry. If I hit the wrong pedal, I'm realizing after about a quarter of a second, this is not the way that it's supposed to respond when I'm trying to brake. Let me adjust. I don't just keep it pinned for several seconds afterwards. I was going 70 when I just see a car barreling at me from the opposite direction. It wasn't even a legal passing zone. Okay. All right. Come on, man. You jeez. Oh, boy. See, that is the wrong time to do the swerve. You almost... Oh, man. See, that was almost really bad because it was almost the camera car was the only person that actually did a collision with somebody else. Right? And then the person doing the stupid pass would have just kept going. No accident. And then you would have pulled over and dealt with this person who's like, you just swerved into me. And you'd be like, I'm trying to avoid getting into a head-on collision. They would have been like, I don't know. You didn't get into a head-on collision. You just ran into me by swerving. That sucks. I'll never understand the idea of being that committed to a pass that you're just like, yeah, no, I'm going to make the pass. I'm not going to hit the brakes and try again later. No, I got to make the pass. The other person who's coming towards me, they'll figure something out. Yep. Zipper merge blockade strikes again. Is it going to be the person who is... Oh, they were trying to obstruct the lane. I don't fully understand why everybody is moving over this far in advance. Like, that's a really advanced move. I get both sides of the argument here of all these people are trying to be nice and like move over, but holy frick, dude, there's still like a quarter mile left before the actual merge point. And then to be fair, I'd be like, I'm going to be perceived as a dick if I go all the way to the end here and then merge. But also, like, why are you all doing it so early? I don't know. So I honestly, I probably would have lined up and been with the rest of them and been a sheep because I don't want people to be like, that guy sucks. And then someone would be like, that's Kevin Sparkles. I used to watch him. What the frick? He's a dick. I'd be like, shoot. I was perceived. Even though I was technically doing the right thing, they're not going to think so. Oh, man. Anyway, old man taps at his phone two-handed until he sways off the road. How do you know he was tapping at his phone two-handed? Do you finally get around him at the end? He's doing a little swervage. Maybe he's knee driving. He's knee driving, and then he's like, you know, getting a little wavy with his maneuvers. All right, hold on. So we know the end. Let's just go a little further here until we see him decide to fully embrace the texting and drive off the road. Wait, is this going to be the answer to... Okay, so you know how I was saying in that prior post, like, if you were getting on a curved highway ramp, like, why would you be texting and drive off the road? Well, this would appear to be supporting evidence that sometimes, even if you know you're trying to get on the curved highway ramp, you stay committed to the texting and then just drive off the road. Turns out, people can always outdo the top end of stupidity that I expect them to be capable of. They can always go beyond. I was like, maybe they floored it, or no, they just drove off the road. Knowing that they were getting on a curved ramp, they still drove off the road. Finally got a dash cam today and get into an accident a few hours later. That is, oh, this is a GIF. Guys, I can't full screen it. It's a GIF. It won't allow it. Unfortunate. Maybe dash cams cause collisions. Shoot, should I not have dash cams? Man. Okay. Is someone going to do the big cut over the last second? Maybe go over the grass, try to make the exit after they already missed? No? Everything seems good so far. Fairly normal driving. All right. There's so much suspense here. Who's going to do the idiot thing? Oh, you're going to do the idiot thing. That is unfortunate. What I will say, I think that might have been preventable. I am always, oh, I can't even rewind it. Whenever there is 2 lanes of turning, I am always like super vigilant about if I'm in the inside lane, is the outer person going to cut in? Or if I'm in the outside lane, is the inner person going to, I am eagle-eyed on that because I always expect someone to do something stupid. And there's one off-ramp I take all the time where it's like actually kind of confusing which lane goes into what, because you turn and then there's 2 lanes that make lefts back onto the highway in the opposite direction. So the outer person might think, oh, I can go more in, but you're like, no, I have to go pretty wide as the inner lane because those 2 lanes are getting back on the highway and the 2 outer lanes are the ones that keep going straight. So you gotta be super vigilant about that. And I've had to take evasive maneuvers because of people doing stupid, not following their lane on a turn. So defensive, always be on the lookout. Well, there goes my pride and joy. Okay. Someone going to go through the red. It's going to be fun times. Yep. Oh, God. How did we know? That was like ages. That wasn't even like borderline, oh, I'm going to try to go through this, yellow light. That was just straight up, I'm not seeing the color of light, or I don't care that it's red. I'm going through, and I had a feeling that was what it was going to be. It's like, this guy is standing still, very few cars around at an intersection. What else could it possibly be other than someone running a red? It was telegraphed from how it started. Damn. And then they probably kept driving. They're like, I'm really in the wrong here, so let me keep being in the wrong and run away. Idiot reverses into road and tries to sue me. 2 years later, I win. And they're finally able to post it because it was tied up in a court case for so long that they couldn't post about it. Oop. So, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it is their fault for doing something stupid, but you could kind of see that coming. Like, if someone is doing a U-turn and reversing into the road, at a certain point you just go, okay, yeah, they're being stupid, and I don't like that they're stopping me for it, but I'm going to just let them do their thing instead of just trying to go by and hoping that I miss them before they back up further. So, yeah. I get it. They did something dumb. Also, trying to sue you is insane, but I don't know. That was avoidable. It's like, there's also way more evasive, like there's a lot more real estate here in the road that you could have tried to maybe get out of the way. I don't know, man. This feels like it could have not happened. You got to try to predict what people are doing to some extent. And if they're doing something stupid and unpredictable, just let them do it. I don't even know why. I was just like, I was autopiloting through the title, and then I was like, on second thought, the description's all we need here. Impatient tractor driver gets instant karma after undertaking. He was banned for a year and fined 1,600 pounds. Imagine getting tailgated by a tractor. What? What the heck? Oh, what is he doing? What are you doing? Jesus Christ, man. Holy frick. This is crazy. What? It's so bizarre, like seeing a tractor in a city center area driving super aggressively, hauling a big load of pallets or something like that. What is happening, dude? I didn't even know tractors could go this fast. And he just drives off the road. This had to have been like a 16-year-old kid whose dad lent him the tractor, and he's like, can you run the errand for me in town? The 16-year-old is, all right, let's see what this baby can do. I've only driven it on the farm, plowing the fields and stuff. Now I get to see how much power it's really got. What the heck? That's actually insane. I was almost turned into a statistic today. If anyone can make out the license plate, please let me know. Oh, God, is it a hit and run? Holy frickage. It's going to be a red light again. It's going to be a red light. It's always, when it starts like this, it's always the red light runner. There they are. Damn. See, that one's, and he's on the full wrong side of the road, like I guess swerve to avoid, but damn. That's rough too, because that's like a kind of an X intersection, right? So you can't even really see. You can't really check if a car is coming because it's like too far behind you. So, jeez. It also could have been really bad because that person could have just drilled the car right into the pole and then you might have been fine. They would have been very not fine potentially, although modern cars are decently safe. And the top for the last month, a local post. A truck in LA started pouring cement on the highway. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh, we can full stream by just clicking on it. No way. Dude, this is actually just my worst nightmare. I don't recognize this location, actually. I thought I would. It's not enough pixels. I would just actually be doomed if I was in a nice car behind this. Oh, frick. I'm never driving behind a cement mixer ever. Never, ever, ever. I'm keeping so far away. If I'm getting on the highway and there's a cement mixer that's like just so happens to kind of be in front of me as I'm merging, I'm going to stop. I'm going to be an Idiots in Cars video for somebody who stopped at the bottom of the on-ramp getting on the highway because I do not want to risk this. I can't. This isn't even Final Destination because it just would ruin your car. I actually, like a few weeks ago when I was getting home, I ended up, like the highway was completely backed up because a truck lost its load of like cinder blocks. And so there's just like concrete chunks all over the lanes of the highway. And I had to drive over some of them because there was no way around them. And I was just like, oh, freaking heck. And then there were screws as well. It was like concrete chunks and screws. And I had to drive over some of the screws. I kept checking my pressures after that on the way back, and I didn't see a decrease, but I haven't driven the car since, actually. So, like, there is a chance I'm going to have a flat next time I try to drive. I was like, oh, God. It was either I drive over big chunks of concrete or I drive over screws. There was no safe. It was the entire width of the highway, and I chose the lesser of the evils. I was just like, oh. Anyway, God, driving is freaking hazardous, man. Anyway, that is all for the last month of Idiots in Cars. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like the video. I hope you like the orange headset. Subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.